This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports. Since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery in Carlisle. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio on this Monday. Coming at you tonight, we'll talk with St. Louis media hound Jim Powers. We also have the Easy and Travel Little Augie's Pizza Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week. And we've got this guy, too. He's on the Johnston Jewelers guest line. We trip up to Chicago for pro baseball's Spencer Patton. Spencer, welcome back to Talkin Sports.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Rip.
And it's been another solid ride for you, Spencer, this time from Kinmundi to Japan. Congratulations on your successful season with the Yokohama Bay Stars. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. Definitely a little bit of a culture shock going from Kinmundi, Illinois to
I bet.
the Yokohama area.
Well, it went extremely well for you, and you wound up in the Japan World Series to boot, so it can't get much more special than that.
No, it really can't.
And you nearly pulled off a comeback win too against the SoftBank Hawks. They had you 3-0 before you mounted a charge.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a great series. You know, being down 3-0 to a team like that, who's got a good franchise team and has been in that series quite a lot recently, and us being a young team and kind of not expected to be there, come back and force a game 6 was pretty impressive and a lot of fun to be a part of. And
they won. They led the Japanese league, the whole system, with 94 victories on the year, and that's in a 143 or 144 game schedule. So they pocketed a lot of victories. But yeah, you won the final 2 games that were scheduled for your place, your home base. And I know you pitched in Game 5, correct, Spencer?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter. Is that your brother possibly that I follow on there some as well?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably him. Yeah.
Because he mentioned something about the time difference, so I thought, well, I'll check this out the next the next night or whatever. But and then what about in the first 4 games? Did you toe the rubber for? Did you see any action in those, Spencer?
Oh yeah, I was used actually quite a bit.
Probably
that whole playoff system over there. We had, I think I finished with 14. There was 14 games that we played as a team, and I pitched in like 11 of them or something like that.
is that right? And as far as the series it goes, now they socked you bad 10-1 in that opener, but then there was a couple of 1-run games, and there was another one later on that you won. But so overall, it was fairly tight. And in that 7th game, it turned out the 6th game to be the deciding game. They edged you out 4-3 in 11. Quite a game there.
Yeah, I mean we were 3 outs away, from going to Game 7, and we were all pumped up, and just sometimes baseball happens and the ball rolls a different way sometimes. So it was definitely disappointing, but it was a very exciting series and like that.
And that's when I saw that tweet. Actually, it was from Game 6 because you're on the verge of winning Game 6 there, and you also got some time on the hill in that game too. Your starter went 7+, right? And then it was quite a parade to the mound. Everybody was throwing to one batter in general.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one of those must-win situations, you know. So I mean, anytime something gets hairy, you know, we're gonna possibly switch it up and go with somebody else to try to get out of a jam, and we got starters in the bullpen at that time of the year too. So that was just one of those scenarios, you know, same as you see over here in the States.
Sure. All hands on deck. Johnny Holstaff, Johnny Fullstaff, right, Spencer?
That's right.
Of course, you're. Well, what's that, Spencer?
Throw the kitchen sink at them.
Exactly. All those things are out on the table, on the floor, on the playing field in this case. But of course, you're with the Cubbies last year on their World Series excursion. But what was it? It has to be totally, I would think, totally different over there. How can you compare the atmospheres to our Fall Classic and so forth? The fans' reaction and turnout and things like that.
No, you can't. I mean, it's totally different. For one, I love Japanese fans. They're great all season long, and you know they sell out every game. But they just didn't have a playoff atmosphere like you would have here. You know, where tickets are going for ungodly amounts of number,
okay,
you know, and stuff like that. But I mean, so this. I was blogging a little bit online and
oh man, I wish I would have seen that. Yeah,
I kind of had I wrote a little bit about it, just being different. You know how there's not that much big of a feel, like a playoff feel, as there was here in the States. But I mean, it was exciting nonetheless. But you know, nothing beats October in Major League Baseball.
And in this case, it was just this year as well. Back here, it went till November 1st, and you played it out until November 4th with another game due up if you could have went for the split
right
there. But now, and the fans are, from what I remember, now I got to go on maybe YouTube and catch some of these in retrospect and so forth. But from what I remember, they always the fans very courteous in that, right? And I mean, or do they?
Yeah, they're great fans. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're at home or on the road. You know, they wish you luck, and you know they just want to see a good game, you know, and they only cheer, they don't boo, and it's just a great atmosphere to play, and you know they bring a lot of energy. There's noise and music being played nonstop, so I mean it's just a great atmosphere to play in.
You didn't quite pick up that championship gold there, Spencer, but just a super playoff stretch period, one in which, well, first you had to beat Hiroshima. I keep hearing that two different ways. And that was another talented squad. They won the Central League, the division you were in, the league you were in, with 88 victories on the year. They bettered you by 15, but man, you got them when it counted, didn't you?
Yeah, they were a solid team all year. You know, it's one of those teams that's like, you know, you seem can't do anything to get them out and beat them. You know, and they're just a tough team, and they're a good team, and yeah, it was a struggle for us all year trying to get them, but you know we got them when it mattered, and that's when you want to get them, is right there.
You got it. And now, did you have another series against somebody before that one? I take in the playoffs.
Yeah, we had to play the Hanshin Tigers,
okay,
who finished second in our division. So I mean, we came into this thing the underdog. Sure.
Hiroshima did they have a bye? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the first place team gets a bye.
All right. Then just a best of three, and then you go on from there. So I understand
the first round against the Tigers was a best of three, and then the second round against Hiroshima was best of 7, but they get a 1-game advantage.
They get a 1-game advantage?
Yeah, so they only have to win. They only have to win 3. And
is that right?
4. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So it's really a big deal to cop first place in your league.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I mean, that's I would say that most teams, that's their number one goal every year is to get first place in the division before making it for the Japan Series.
Okay. Very good. So there's a little different quality come postseason time, but you saw plenty of action in the playoffs, and that includes the Japan World Series. And during the regular season, Spencer, I mean, you came close enough to appearing in half the games. You were in 62, but that's what you like, right? A lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there. Use me, and I like to be used in high intense situations, and that's when I feel like I perform at my best, and that's when they use me. So I was really happy in that regard, and it's been a while since I pitched that much in a season, but my arm held up, and it carried it through into the postseason. So it was a good season for me.
Now, you were strictly out of the bullpen?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. And yes, 660 innings and 62 appearances, and you got a lot of decisions, didn't you? 7 decisions, and you won 4 of those. So,
yeah, it seemed like in Japanese baseball, it seemed like a lot of those games, a lot of the runs and games were being decided late in the game. A lot of low scoring games, and then we'd score late, or we'd give it up late or whatever. But yeah, I ended up getting, I think, like 4 wins and a couple losses and some saves and a bunch of holds. So I mean, there's a lot of decisions made in there.
Yeah, boy, you mentioned that holds. I didn't look at that, but 7 saves and 27 holds. So you were the setup guy quite often for Yamasaki was his name, right? Who had 26 saves.
That's correct. Yep.
But you asked.
They put me in a closing role there for a while, and so he kind of got his bearings back a little bit, but he ended up getting them back, and he had a great year. Unbelievable. So it was great to be able to set up for him and know that the game was being put in his hands at the end.
Yeah, as I stretch out his stats, he really did a minuscule ERA, and yours was at 2.70 and something. I think I seem to remember you've always fashioned a lot of strikeouts, 66 in those 60 innings. So you tamed the opposition pretty well on that accord too.
Yeah. I mean, I started off a little slow and had some struggles there at the beginning, and I think kind of chalked it up to making the adjustments to Japanese hitters. Japanese baseball is a little bit different than we play here. So once I figured it out and then was able to get on a roll, I kept it rolling. So just ended up being a good second half, pretty much, that kept giving me some good numbers.
And how did you go about attacking the Japanese hitters differently than you would here in the States, or was it the same after a while?
At first, no. At first, it was the same. I was trying to, just do what I know how to do, and if I had to make adjustments, I needed to make adjustments later. So I wrote out, my strengths for a while until I needed to make the changes, and that time came early in the season. I struggled a little bit, so then I had to kind of figure out a new game plan, and once I figured it out, it was kind of a successful season after that.
Certainly was. And the umpiring, Spencer, as far as the strike zone goes in particular, is it up and down? Everybody has a different zone, or are they more precise? I think they are, aren't they? More technical with it?
No.
No?
They don't do Fox tracks over there, the pitch FX stuff. So there's no really accountability for the umpires, and they haven't really done the replay system like we've got here. So it's basically umpires that are just kind of making their own calls. And there's a few times where, you scratch your head thinking, well, how the heck did they come up with this call? I think that's about to change. I think they're going to do the replay system and start going in the direction of MLB. Okay. I think I was told by one of our teammates that it takes about a year or so for whatever the MLB implements for the Japanese league to kind of follow suit. But I think they're going to try to replay this next season.
All right. I'm actually one of those I don't like it, but I get it, and I know they're all going to it. So now, did you certainly? Let's see. Was he in the other league? Yeah, I believe Shohei Ohtani, who apparently is coming to our major leagues as a pitcher and a hitter. What can you tell us about this guy?
I only got to face him once we played an exhibition game against them, or exhibition series against them, and he swung it against us. I mean, from what I've seen on the highlights over there, and from what I've been told, this guy's the real deal. And he's going to be worth every penny, from what I can tell.
And the price tag is not going to be much. Comparatively speaking, $3.5 million a year. I think they have to pay $20 million to the club over the.
So, but, I mean, is it just the circumstance that he falls under?
Right.
Being how Japanese baseball is ran. They can put their team is posting him,
mm-hmm.
which means the major league player or major league team has to pay his team the money and then offer him the salary. Whereas if he would wait another year or two, he'd be a free agent and he would be able to sign for more money.
Are you surprised that Nippon is letting him go? I just see where they really struggled this year as a team, actually. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a business, So if they're going to be able to get the money out of him, and he wants to go, you might as well let it, post him and try to get some money, because they know too that if he waits until he's a free agent, they're not going to get any money.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just and he'll go then for sure, and they'll lose him. So they're probably trying to get some money out of him. That's why they post him.
Well, I saw his career numbers, which are pretty outstanding over 5 years or so, and just this year alone, 8 homers and 31 RBIs, a 332 mark in only 200 at bats, and he won 3 games on the mound, and they didn't exactly tackle on a bunch of runs against him. I'm really looking forward to him coming over here, actually, and seeing where he lands, and I think he's got it boiled down to mostly West Coast teams and Chicago, the Cubs now, from what I read tonight.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I mean, from what I hear, he's a great guy, too, and he's not going to be one of those guys that gets in trouble or anything, but it's a very, very popular name in Japan right now. I mean, this guy didn't even play the first half of the season and made the All-Star team from the fan vote. So,
okay. He's only 23, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really young. And his pictures posted everywhere. So, I mean, just to give you that perspective, when I saw that he made that All-Star ballot, I was like, come on. How do you not even play the first half of the season?
Yeah, I know.
And still make the All-Star team?
We are with Spencer Patton out of Kin Monday. He's joining us from Chicago. He's playing pro Major League Baseball in Japan. But, yeah, it sounds like just an unreal experience you had, and that covered a lot of time, didn't it? I mean, I think it was early February when you left.
Oh, yeah. We left. I think I left February 1st.
We might have had you on right before that, I believe. I
believe so, yeah. I mean, their spring training over there starts a lot earlier than it does here, and so I had to get over there a little early.
And get in shape, right, Spencer? They stress that conditioning, don't they?
Oh my gosh, yeah. That was like the first thing they told us was, hey, don't worry about keeping up with the Japanese guys on the running. I told them no problem.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, I told you a little bit about Brent Brady from Trenton, who played over there one year, and I don't think we ever got you hooked up for sure. And we had him on Saturday. He's the head coach for the Western Warriors basketball team. We just briefly talked about Saturday again. He says, "Yeah, you can't hardly explain it. You just have to play there." But he enjoyed it too. It was a brief time for him by his call. But he enjoyed it overall, and I can understand. It's a whole different thing. But what do they do with the approach? They go with a 6-man rotation now, don't they?
Yeah, they have it because every Monday is off.
Every Monday, okay.
So they do a 6-man rotation, and then just I mean, there was times when we had to do a 5, but
basically,
that's just 6, yeah.
And do they, in terms of how they handle the starters, is it about the same as here? I mean, do they have all these pitch counts and watch these innings closely, or not so much since it's every 6?
No, not so much. I mean,
I like that.
Most starters are expected to go like 110. So if they don't go over 100, it's like a bad game for them.
I love it.
So,
I like that myself.
Yeah.
It limits your. Well, still you had tons of opportunities, didn't you?
What's that?
You still had lots of opportunities, didn't you? So even with that,
yeah. I mean, you know how baseball goes. Sometimes those 100 pitches can only last you 5 innings or so.
Yeah, and there are also those times when somebody gets shelled early, and you got to go.
Right.
So how many pitchers are on the roster? Is it a little shorter staff than we have?
So they have a 28-man roster.
Oh, 28.
Yeah, but only 25 can dress for each game.
Okay,
so
all right.
Those extra 3 are starting pitchers.
Got it. There's some talk about that in our majors now, or at least maybe up to 26 or something like that. But dressing just 25. Spencer Patton is with us for a few more minutes. He's of Japanese Baseball League fame now, and let's see, did you have, was it 1 or 2 other foreign or U.S. teammates with you on your club?
Yeah, I had 2. We started with 2. Joe Wheeland, who was with Texas and Padres and the Dodgers a little bit in Seattle. And then I had Phil Klein, who was actually my teammate when I was with the Rangers.
Yeah,
so
I knew you.
It was nice to know with him. He got hurt during the season, so he came home early. So then it ended up just being me and Joe Wheelan.
Well, I remember you mentioned that you knew one of them going in. So did one or both of them have some experience over there before, or was this their first year?
No, we were all first-timers.
Okay, all Japanese league rookies there. But the travel back and forth to all these different cities and stadiums, that probably wasn't too bad, was it?
No, it was actually great. We got to travel on the bullet train.
Oh, yes.
Which is so much nicer than I'm not a big fan of flying, not just because I'm scared of it, just because it's a hassle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it wears you out, and it's tiring. But the bullet train is so easy, you just hop on and get in your nice, comfy seat, relax, lean back, relax, and
bingo, you're there.
Yeah.
Your family was with you all, or a part of the year, Spencer?
They came home a couple times. But for the most part, they were there the whole year. Yeah, my oldest son was going to international school there in Yokohama, and we had the youngest boy just kind of hanging out with us all day. But yeah, they were there for most of the season.
That is great, and I think you mentioned before you went over that it at least sounded to you like the time that everything was pretty close, nearby, and all that. So hopefully that worked out well for you.
Yeah, everything we needed was right there. They had a great setup, great place.
Super.
Where we stayed, so.
And you're back for one more year for sure? Is that the story?
Yeah, one more season. The team picked up my club option, so we headed back for one more year.
Okay, so it was their option. Well, I'm sure they liked what they saw, the way you produced. So, and then after that, we'll take it again next year, right? But after that, you're still only 29, right?
I'll be 30 in February.
Yeah, 30 when you head back. You're in your prime. This is gonna be good. So this is all good. But hey, one quick thing. What's that, Spencer?
I said one more year there, and I'll come back. I'll be a free agent here and see where it goes, see where it takes me.
Okay, so you expect to come back and play with us on our team, one of our teams again, huh?
Yeah, that's been kind of my goal, to get back to the major leagues, and I got a taste of it, and my numbers weren't exactly where I wanted them to be, not at all actually, and I know that I can perform and do better there, so. That's always been my dream and goal, is to be a major league pitcher and have a career here in the major league. So if I can come back, I will.
You've done it once. You've had some good stints, and you are playing in the majors too. It's the second best league in the world for sure. And one last thing before we let you go, this is a big night for not only because you're on Talkin Sports, Spencer, but what else is going on up there? Are you getting fitted for a ring or something?
Yeah, no, I actually came up here to pick it up.
Yes.
So I got to go to Wrigley today to pick up my World Series championship ring and kind of just take a tour of the new renovations and stuff that's going on up here. And so me and my wife are kind of made a night of it. We're going to go get some dinner and did some shopping and just kind of enjoyed ourselves while we're up here.
That is great. So you get your Chicago Cubs World Series ring. Well, what's on the menu? Japanese tonight, Spencer? Or
No, I've had enough of that.
That's great, though. You aren't at Carmine's by chance, are you?
What's that?
You aren't at Carmine's restaurant by chance, are you?
No. I think we're going to be headed to a place called Maple and Ash.
Okay. Well, that's just happens to be one of the places I'm familiar with. I'm sure you've been there before during your days with the with the Cubbies. So,
okay.
Spencer, appreciate it. Congratulations on another fantastic year. This time in Japan, and we'll be with you at some point next year, and maybe if you get a chance, post a picture of that ring. Okay.
All right, we'll do.
See you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Spencer Patton of the Yokohama Bay Bears. And just when I start to learn Japanese, our interview's over. Oh, my goodness. I studied so hard. I crammed. No, Spencer, great guy, and all of Kin Money in our area is proud. Man, Gary got a couple of weeks ago. Spencer, a lot of all that talent around here, baseball and more. It's all good. We better take a flight, and then we'll come back with more on Talking Sports.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordikeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
Yes, indeed, we're back again. Spencer Patton was our guest. This show, all the shows now live right here on Max 96.7, or if you're listening, of course, on WCXO967.com, and it's on delay at riptalkingsports.com, it's also on WC on that. You know, it's you can find us everywhere, which is great. Congrats to the Pinckneyville Panthers. They are the Kaskaskia Classic champions. They ousted the Oakville Rockets 61-48 Saturday night. Florida took third with an overtime win over Freeburg. Carlisle won again. They split. They went 2-2 on the surface of the tournament. And kudos to the all-tournament team members, including Carlisle's Tyler Seaver and Oakville's Caleb Frederking. We're back in a jiffy.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? Schedule an eye exam today at Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center. I'm Dr. Claire Thorpe-Klinsky, and if it's been more than a year, you might need a new prescription. If you use a computer regularly or are suffering from allergies, those both can be causes of eye strain or fatigue. Schedule a complete eye health exam today to find out if your eyes are healthy. We may be able to detect glaucoma and other eye diseases early. At Breeze Family Vision and Lebanon Optometric Center, we examine more than just your vision.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our customers. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial rep, Keith Wilkin, at 526-1179 or Teresa Richards at 526-1100 today.
What? Is this real? Hey, yo, sir. Do you know what I'm about to pay for gasoline?
With the Fuel Rewards Network program, you won't believe how much less you can pay for your fill-up at participating Shell stations.
Look at that.
Just shop through fuelrewards.com and dine at participating restaurants to earn rewards. Then, use your Fuel Rewards Network card at Shell and save. Want to pay less for fuel? Sign up free at fuelrewards.com. Restrictions apply. Limit 20 gallons per purchase per vehicle. For information on rewards expiration and other details, see fuelrewards.com.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
The feeling's back. We are back. No restrictions here. This is Rip in the Bird Watson Health Mart Studio, where your time is 6:32. That time drop is brought to you courtesy of Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Let's find out about our athlete.
You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. You're the best.
The Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Easy In Travel and Breeze. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201 and by Little Augie's Pizza and Breeze, the choice for pizza, pasta, and more. Call 526-7040.
Our athlete of the week is Western Warriors basketball player Nate Brady. The coach's kid buried 19 points and grabbed 10 boards. He also won 8 out of 10 from the charity stripe in the Warriors Mascoutah Tip-Off Championship Contest victory against the Columbia Eagles Friday night. Westland swept through that tournament at 4-0, and Nate Brady soon enough will be able to chow down on a $10 gift certificate to Little Augie's Pizza and Breeze. Congratulations. Straight ahead, Jim Powers.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Southern Bus and Mobility stocks the most popular wheelchair-accessible vans from Brawnability, including lowered-floor minivans with side or rear entry ramps. In addition to personal wheelchair vans, Southern Bus and Mobility has a huge line of commercial buses, school buses, and mobility products to buy or rent. They also sell and can install wheelchair scooter lifts, hand controls, and special turning seats. Call 526-4131. Stop by east of Breeze on Old Route 50 or southernbusandmobility.com. Remember the good old days at the Speakeasy nightclub? Who's ready to party one more time? The final Speakeasy reunion, The Last Dance, is coming to the Aviston American Legion Saturday, December 30th, featuring the Bob Seger tribute band, the Silver Bullet STL, and an area favorite, Scooters. Get your tickets now and get ready for the final Speakeasy reunion, The Last Dance. Call 974-9735. That's 974-9735. It's your last chance. It's the last dance. It's the final Speakeasy reunion. Saturday, December 30th at the Aviston American Legion. Call 974-9735. That's 974-9735. Party one more time at the Speakeasy.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Hello. The return is here. We're in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio on this Wednesday night. Coming up, In shows as well, Wednesday night, Wayne Hardy. Saturday, Matty Hockey. Next Monday, Tom Michael, among others. We've got a great boatload of guests, as always, including Jim Powers, after this. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
If you love quality handcrafted wines, visit 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. You'll enjoy the fruit flavors of their wines while relaxing in a beautiful country setting with family and friends. The Reserve Wine List humbly wears the label of the grapes grown in the family-owned vineyard. 12 Oaks Vineyard is open for tastings from 1 until 6 every Saturday and Sunday, or by appointment at 594-7459. 12 Oaks Vineyard at 18975 Vogel Road, just 3 miles south of Carlisle, and at 12oaksvineyard.com.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let me, State Farm agent Steve Klosterman, help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with the Klosterman agency handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies can earn you discounts and actually help you get ahead. Call or email me, State Farm agent Steve Klosterman, and get to a better state with State Farm.
Get unhungry for only $5 at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's. Dig into the $5 All-Star Meal with 4 different meals to choose from, like the Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger and Spicy Chicken Sandwich, with natural cut fries, a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie, and a 20-ounce drink. Pick a $5 All-Star Meal today from your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's, plus the entire Red Burrito menu. Get unhungry at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
All right. Rip here for a final session here on Talkin' Sports. We're in the Birdwatch and Health Mart studio. Of course, you heard from baseball, Spencer Patton at the very top. And now we go to St. Louis on the Johnston Jewelers guest line for one Jim Powers. Jim, welcome back.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me back, guys.
The star of stage, screen, TV, radio. You encompass it all, right, big guy?
Well, it has been a plethora of high school sports for the last three weekends with the Missouri State Championships, and then one of the most unique events that is in the country, the Norm Stewart 48 Hours of High School Basketball.
Is that right?
Yes.
So that is in Columbia, or?
Yeah, they have it out of Columbia College in Columbia, and basically we started Friday night at 6 o'clock, and the last game finished up yesterday afternoon about 5:15. We had 24 games and a lot of basketball, and it's such a great event. All the proceeds go to Norm Stewart's Coaches versus Cancer, and Coach was there for most of the weekend, which was really great to, visit with Coach Stewart for a while. And, it's just such a unique event. It's so much fun, and the kids really have a great time with it.
Well, as you know, I'm not a Missouri fan, but actually I've always liked Norm. I mean, he's always been one of the characters of the game. In fact, I always got a kick out of him when they lost, to tell you the truth, because I loved his remarks afterwards. But he was always one of my favorites.
And he's still, just still some of the great comments and some of the great stories. And I'll still never forget, the battles with him and Lou Henson up in Illinois in the border battle. And, oh, my gosh, just really, really great stuff. And Coach Stewart does such a great job of promoting basketball still. And it's really neat that his foundation has put this event together. And like you said, it's unique. It's the only one of its kind in the United States.
Well, let's turn to the number one topic, which I believe we can all. The College Football Playoff Selection Committee has made its call. The rankings are out. The chips are on the table, and we are set. It's Clemson against Bama, 1 against 4. And then the clash between second-ranked Oklahoma and the third-rated Georgia Dogs. What do you think? I'm all on board, which I believe everybody is, with 1 through 3. I'm not really in tune with Alabama. What about you?
You know, and here's I'm just a lot of you guys know this. I'm an Ohio State guy.
Yep.
You know, the bottom line came down very simple. You can't lose to Iowa by 31 points the first week of November, and that pretty much put Ohio State out of it. I mean, you look at all the analytics and everything, and Ohio State may have a little bit better resume, but that loss is so glaring, you just can't do it. And I'll go one step further. I think the committee even still has that 31-point loss that Ohio State had to Clemson last year in the back of their mind.
But they're not supposed to. Every year is different. Every year. And I know that was a terrible loss, and I'm not exactly – I like Ohio State, okay, except I'm not an Urban Meyer fan. But anyway, I think there's something – and in fact, you could look – well, USC may have had a stronger case than Ohio State, especially when you go to strength of schedule and everything else. But anyway, I just think they really dissed the Big Ten. Nobody ever thought Wisconsin was good all year. I don't understand that. They didn't lose a game until they finally fell to the Dogs. And SoCal was pretty special as well. And I think, and I sound like, I love the college football playoff, and I'm okay with it. I actually like watching Alabama play, and I love the SEC. But I really think they just, all year long, they were putting a pounding on the Big Ten. And there were some pretty awful teams in the SEC this season. And Alabama, there's something to me, Jim, where a team sits at home on the final weekend. They don't even play. They don't even get a chance to lose, which Notre Dame would have been in that situation. And the other teams have to go and play and win. I mean, that doesn't seem right to me.
Well, the thing is, what the committee has to do, and, we saw it last year. Now, last year, Ohio State was the benefactor.
Yep.
This year, Alabama's the benefactor. The committee has to come out and say, okay, is conference championships, is it going to be a part of the equation? If they're not, then I think a lot of these conferences need to rethink a few things on what they're doing with it. But I think the other thing, too, is the SEC's got to get rid of these November bye games because, everybody else is beating their heads against each other in November.
Right.
And you've got Alabama playing Louisiana Lafayette.
Mercer.
You get Georgia playing Georgia Southern. Those are games that need to be played in late August, early September. Not in November when you've got everybody else around the country in conference play beating the crap out of each other.
And don't get me wrong, again, I love this. I love the playoff and all. And at some point it will go to 8 teams. It's got to for money and everything else. And but I would have preferred Ohio State or Southern Cal. I knew Southern Cal wasn't going to get a look, especially since they were ranked 10th, I think, going into the weekend. But But anyway, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's great stuff.
Oh, I think it's going to be terrific. But I think after the last 2 years, I really believe that there has to be some solid discussions about expanding it to 8 teams. You go with your 5 conference champions.
Exactly. And champions. Since they have these playoffs, you have to give it to the team that wins that championship between the divisions. Yeah. Otherwise, forget about those.
Right, exactly. 2 years now, you've got conference champions that are sitting home and not making it in. So that's why I really believe that you're going to see a lot more steam and a lot more traction when it comes to expanding the field to 8 teams in the next couple of years.
Yeah, this just spurred it on a little bit more. So it was in the long run, it's going to be good, I think. Well, Scott Frost, you talk about an exciting. Now that was quite a game. I caught a little bit of everything Saturday. I had to. No, I didn't have to. I had the pleasure of going to a great wedding anniversary, by the way, that night of Brian Everskirt of the Cardinals. But so I didn't see in total any of these games on Saturday. But UCF in Memphis was that extraordinary? And now Scott Frost is going to home to Nebraska as their coach.
Yeah, I mean, number one, great game.
I know.
Scott Frost has just done a terrific job. And this deal's been done for a couple weeks.
Exactly.
Everybody's known it. You knew Mike Riley was going to be gone, and I think Scott Frost is going to bring an exciting type of football back to Lincoln, and he's going to be able to do something that Mike Riley wasn't able to do, and that's recruit those kids, in the Nebraska area. He'll be able to get in a little bit into the Dakotas where there's some terrific football players. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I made this comment last week on my high school show back here in St. Louis, I said, if Scott Frost does end up in Nebraska, Barry Odom better be careful, because Frost is going to get down, especially into the Kansas City side, and get some of those kids. And that's going to be a very interesting scenario for a Mizzou team that right now has been pretty much shut out on the recruiting side here in the St. Louis area. And they've only gotten one kid out of Kansas City right now. So you get a guy like Scott Frost. And then the other part you've got to watch is who Arkansas is going to hire.
And I saw where Malzahn
names that are going to be tossed around for that job.
Malzahn turned that down.
You've got to really be careful, on how you're recruiting now, because you've got a high-profile guy at Nebraska, you're going to get a high-profile guy down in Arkansas, and you got Lovie Smith that is absolutely recruiting the heck out of the Metro East right now.
Well, let's see if it produces some victories.
He's got to get some wins, exactly. But Lovie is making every inroads down here in the St. Louis area. Barry Odom's got to really ramp up his recruiting, because he's now surrounded by some big name guys.
It's gonna be fun all the way, and we could go on. I guess let's move on to another, because there are so many coaching changes and stuff. It's incredible. But college, anything you want to say about the NFL? I'm not watching any of it. I'm paying attention to what's going on, obviously, and I catch highlights. But I've bumped it off my schedule. It's college football, hockey, college basketball. I'm done with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much been me too. I haven't had time to watch this. I'm watching NFL, and to be honest, on Sunday, ratings are going down a little bit. The talent pool just isn't what it used to be. You've got teams that are drafting poorly and not able to recoup. You got the Giants, who are just terrible.
What a mess. It was the Jets. It was the Jersey Jets last year. Now it's the Jersey Giants. They're all screwed up.
Oh, my gosh. You talk about some of the bright spots. You got to love what Carson Wentz is doing with Philadelphia.
A Dakota boy, yeah.
I knew he would do that. I had a chance to see him for 4 years up in North Dakota State. The kid's a winner. The kid is a smart quarterback, and I really enjoy watching him, kind of start to set his own, level of excellence. And it's really neat to see that. But, the NFL, I'll probably start watching now a little bit, since I'll have Sundays off here through the rest of the year. But really, it's not appointment TV for me anymore either.
Let's go to a manager before we hit a player or two on the Major League Baseball circuit. Aaron Boone, another guy with no experience, takes over the Yankees.
I'm kind of surprised about that one. I know he had a great playing career. I'm just not sure what Brian Cashman was thinking on this one.
Is he going to be a
There
pawn?
are some other guys out there that I think he could have got. But if they think Aaron Boone can come in and get the job done, so be it. But I'm going to tell you, Aaron's going to be under the microscope. You know it as well as I do. Those Yankee fans are going to be relentless when it comes to winning baseball games next year. So I'll be interested to see how Aaron Boone kind of reacts and makes his way through his first year. But they better win, because if they don't, Aaron Boone's going to be in the line of fire pretty quickly.
The worst part about that is, for me, Jim, you can bet Grandpa Ross is going to be on the ESPN games now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I have nothing against him. I don't know him, but I've seen and heard way too much from him and way too much from Mike Golick on ESPN Radio. What's the deal with this guy? He's taking over the network.
Yeah,
he comes on at 3 a.m, and now he's on this. Now they have this Golick and Wingo, and he's on at least the first hour of that.
Well, and once again, I see ESPN making a push for him. I get it. I understand. But they're doing it in the wrong way. I mean, okay, you need somebody to fill your overnight spot. That's perfect.
Exactly.
But 3 to 5, okay, then or 3 to 6. He doesn't need to be in with his dad and Wingo.
No, it doesn't even look
hour.
right. There's nothing. No, it's hey that network's it's failing ESPN. I mean, they've lost subscriptions. It's incredible their losses. If it wasn't for Disney, they would have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of Stephen A. Smith in the afternoon.
No.
I like Russillo. I like listening to his show. He's got knowledgeable guys that he gets in there with them. So 3 to 6, I'm cool with that. But Stephen A. from 1 to 3 is just it drives you absolutely bonkers just hearing them, because it's either all basketball, all NBA basketball, or he's ripping on somebody, and I'm not a big fan of that.
Giancarlo Stanton will end up. I've really given up. In fact, I've never been. I'm tired of reading. But what do you think, Jim? We'll ask you because you know stuff. And some of these guys, it's just they're guessing like everybody else. But do you have a little gut feeling there?
You know what? My gut tells me that the Cardinals have put enough on the table and enough chips into play that I think it's a very serious listening point for him. The key is the Cardinals have to tell him that they are going to continue to put pieces together to be a winning organization again. If they can get another pitcher, because they're going to need help in the bullpen.
How about signing Lance Lynn?
And re-signing Lance Lynn.
That won't happen.
I think Stanton may come. But if they don't have a few more tricks up their sleeve, I just don't know if Stanton is going to want to go that direction, even though the Cardinals have basically gone all in.
It sounds as if they have.
For the first time in a long time, I'm glad Mozeliak and DeWitt III have actually made a move like this, because you don't normally see these two push all the chips in and say, "Okay, let's do this."
Well, I'd sure like to have him, but they still need pitching. In fact, they need more pitching because now they're losing Lynn. Yeah. Now his bat trumps a lot of the bat because he can be. I really don't think he's concerned about going and playing for a winner though. I mean, if it happens, that's great. I'm sure it'd be great. But look, he's been wandering around in Miami these years, and I think he wants to go where he really loves it, the bright lights and everything else, San Fran, or force it to L.A. I still think it could change quickly. I think he's going to be on the Miami roster come opening day.
See, you know what? That could very well be it. I mean, it all depends. If there's no offers out there that are good enough,
or if he decides not to go because he has the final vote.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Is there enough money on the table? The Cardinals have upped the ante on the salary. There's pieces in play. But yeah, you hit it on the head. The bottom line is, if he doesn't want to go, he doesn't go.
I know
he has the final veto power on any deal.
Isn't that amazing?
And that could definitely come into play.
What a sweet contract. My goodness. Jim Powers is with us from St. Louis. Before I forget, what's your Twitter feed, your Twitter handle there, Jim?
It is at HS Sports Caravan.
Okay, because and that's it, man. You from the high school on to the pros, you cover all kinds of stuff. So we invite people to check you out on Twitter, and I know you're on Facebook as well. We've only got a few minutes, Jim. The St. Louis. Oh no, Mike, they've lost 3 in a row. I just pitched my playoff tickets all of a sudden, my Stanley Cup final tickets.
Nah, don't worry about that. I think the Blues. I think the Blues are in great shape.
They're playing well. They are. They really are.
You're seeing them play with a lot of energy. You're seeing Mike Yo's style of hockey, and that's open it up and do things that he's playing to the strength. You've got defensemen that could score. He's letting them get into the mix. You've got your forwards that have just been terrific, and he's not handcuffing them.
If you had to pick one player, Jim, because I know who I would go at this point, who has been the key, the difference, though, I got Braden Shen on my mind.
I was just going to agree with you. Absolutely. If there was a move that was made in the offseason, that is the biggest move, and I think that's the biggest catalyst for the start for the Blues. He has just been terrific all year long. He's added a little bit of a punch on that second line. And once again, doing some just great things. And it's opening up stuff for Tarasenko. It's opening a lot of stuff up for the defenseman because you got a guy that can create and do a lot of different things. And that was by far one of the best pickups that the Blues have had in a couple years.
They've got Montreal tomorrow. There's still the lure of the Habs, of the Canadians, and they're doing all right this year, so that should be another good test up there.
Oh, absolutely. No, I love the schedule for the Blues, that they're getting some good games in early, and that's what you want. You want to set the tone early, beat some good teams early in the season, and then, you still got to worry about the Nationals of the world. You still got to worry about the Hawks. I mean, you're going to play.
Look at Winnipeg, by the way.
What's that?
Look at the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm happy for them, actually.
The old blood is coming back a little bit, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see some of those storied organizations that have had some really, really lean years starting to make a comeback. You look at Edmonton with McDavid. That kid is unbelievable. If you haven't watched him play.
I've seen a little bit of him, and they're down and out a little bit now, which can happen to some of these second-year, not necessarily him, but players too. But they'll pick up steam again, if not this year, for next year, and that's.
Absolutely.
Winnipeg should have never lost their team, as far as I'm concerned. So, hey, college basketball. One note: we've only got a little time, Jim, but did you see this? It just came. Daddy LeVar yanked his number 2 kid, LeAngelo, out of UCLA.
Shocking.
And I have it on good authority that he's heading over to China to play.
You know what? That's probably a very good idea.
Cell block 24, actually.
You know what? And here's the thing. Number one, that young man. It's all about being held accountable. And I saw the quotes that the father made today. That they didn't get punished this bad in China. It's like they're in jail now. No, it's called being held accountable for your actions.
I believe his sons need to divorce him.
Yeah, and that's what UCLA and Steve Alford did. They held those 3 players accountable for being knuckleheads on a foreign soil.
And it wasn't a spur of the minute moment thing. They did it 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Boston Celtics 20-4. I love that.
You know who I'm so happy for?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum
and Stevens
is showing everybody that he should have been the first round draft, the number 1 draft pick in that draft. He's having a terrific year for Boston.
He is. You probably know him, huh?
Oh yeah, I know a little bit. I mean, I'm happy for the kid.
I like his pizza commercials.
Oh, the emos. Oh, absolutely, it's awesome. No doubt.
I mean, it's not Little Augie's Pizza from Breeze. I can promise you that, but he does a good job on their commercials.
Yeah, and he's a great kid. I
Good.
mean, and I'm so happy for him. He's come out, he's playing some solid basketball, and if I hear Ball or anybody say that his son's better than anybody else, well, guess what? Go look at Boston, because you're seeing probably your rookie of the year right now playing for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. And I can't let you go because I know you are a Tiger Wooder, an Eldrick Woods, a big fan, and he was back for a week in the on the exhibition circuit. So okay, whoopee yawn.
It's good to see him back.
I'm glad he's healthy. Don't get me wrong.
I'm glad he's healthy. Do I think he's going to come back and win a bunch of tournaments? No, I can see him maybe winning 1 or 2. But once again, can the back handle the grind of playing 2-3 times a month and travel and all that? It's going to be interesting to see. But I think, I love what the young Bucks have done. The Ricky Fowlers, the Jordan Spieths.
Yeah, they've got
the Thomases.
A lot of young stars.
Have really picked up the slack with Tiger being on the shelf. And I think Tiger's going to realize that the game of golf is in great hands if he can't. I think this is it for him. If he can't get the back going and play well, this may be it for Tiger Woods.
Okay, Jim, we have to depart in peace. Thanks for your knowledge again, okay? Thanks for coming on, and a little schedule switch there with Spencer Patton. Incidentally, if you want to hear him in any of our shows now, Jim, we're on WCXO967.com live and on delay, and plus riptalkinsports.com. I think you would enjoy the Gary Gaetti interview we had about 10 days ago in studio. That you try and catch that if you would sometime too, besides Spencer and Everskirt and whatever. That was a lot of great comments on the G-Man, of course. But thanks for coming on.
No, anytime, you know that I'm always glad to come on and talk with you guys over there in Carlisle.
Yeah, it'd been a while. I thought, somebody tore up our contract.
I was, I thought you had to renegotiate or something. Holy smokes.
I don't have people, so they come directly to me, and I didn't remember, so I had to look back, and it looked like everything was cool, so I still went back to you. All right, thanks, Jim.
No problem, buddy.
That's Jim Powers. We appreciate him. And also, baseball, Spencer Patton, what a kick. He did a great job over in the Japan League and went to the World Series. Came up a little bit shy. That's it. We got to wrap. We'll see you Wednesday night with Wayne Horry and more on Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery in Carlisle. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Monken Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a presentation of WCXO Sports.